Hey all, welcome back to another episode of the Hopcast. I'm Kevin, and today we have another beer review, and that is of a beer called Jupiter's Cake from Elder Pine Brewing and Blending Company. This is one of the cans that I got from Tavour, and this is a imperial stout with maple syrup, chocolate, coffee beans, vanilla, and bourbon barrel aged cold brew coffee. It's 11% alcohol by volume, and I'm looking forward to this one because this is, I think, the highest rated beer that Tavour has sold, at least that I've bought so far. The brewery, the Brewing and Blending Company, Elder Pine, is located in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I was actually on their website looking up a little bit about them, since I hadn't really heard anything of them. On their page, if you look at their website, Elder Pine is the embodiment of our creative spirit. It's our passion pursuit of better beer. Built on our family farm, we brew, we blend, focusing on classic styles with a modern twist. We are committed by quality and excellence and pay homage to the pioneers before us by honoring purity in our ingredients and integrity in our methods. Our beer is ever evolving and rooted in tradition. It's kind of cool. I think the next big thing in craft beer, or at least I hope, is blending. And what I mean by that is you take a couple of different beers, maybe the same beer that's aged in different bourbon barrels, maybe a bourbon barrel, maybe a Madeira wine barrel, maybe a rum barrel, and those things are blended together to create a smorgasbord of awesomeness. And I know some beers already do that. Some Evil Twin beers do that. Anything that you see that says like double barrel, those are blends, and most of them are blends. Beer Barrel Time is probably the best example I can think of, and any of the anniversary blends from Side Project as well. So this is one that I'm really excited about. As soon as I saw what was in it, it just sounded amazing. Lots of adjuncts in this stout, so I was excited to try it. So let me go ahead and crack her open. It smells pretty good. The coffee is definitely there. Look at how that pours. Oh man, you can tell the... Are we going to be able to get the whole thing? Oh, perfect. That was a close one. I don't want to spill. I'm getting really close. This is like my original beer glass here. Oh, the coffee is just exploding on the nose. Nice tannish head on the beer that goes away quite quickly. Maybe a 1/4 inch. All coffee. Maybe a little bitterness from the chocolate and the smell, but really almost predominantly coffee. Jupiter's Cake. I actually misread this too when I was looking at the description, because it said, I saw bourbon barrel aged and I thought the stout was bourbon barrel aged, but it's actually bourbon barrel aged cold brew coffee, which is a big craze nowadays. That I just learned about recently. Lots of coffee roasters are bourbon barrel aging their coffee. So they'll like cold brew coffee and then age it, which is odd because I don't know how that works for the freshness of the coffee, but I digress. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. This is interesting. This tastes extremely similar to a coffee stout that I brewed myself about a year ago. It actually kind of smells and tastes like my breakfast stout. It's like, it has coffee, it has maple syrup, it has chocolate and vanilla. I also think I added bacon, but it didn't really translate that well. Wow, this is very similar to the beer that I made, but lots of coffee, bitterness from a combination of the chocolate and the coffee on the mouth. I get the maple syrup, the sweetness from the maple syrup. I don't really get much vanilla, though. Let me try again. Yeah. I don't really get much, if any, vanilla, which is a shame because I think vanilla could really balance out the bitterness from the coffee and the chocolate. But I don't know. It's okay. Definitely not my favorite. I prefer the Kitty Wampus coffee stout that I had a couple of videos ago, but this is not bad. Yeah. Doesn't taste like 11%. It tastes like more something slightly sub 10. The alcohol is masked pretty well. The mouthfeel is a bit thin. It poured really thick, or at least it looked like it did. But the mouthfeel is kind of thin and has a little bit of, I don't know, sharp carbonation. Kind of leaves a little tingling on the tongue, which normally that's a sign of something in the brewing process has gone a little bit awry. I know when you start using coffee, sometimes you can fall into that problem. I don't know if I get any of the bourbon barrel. I've never had bourbon barrel aged cold brew coffee, but I don't really get much of it. Not really. Okay. Maybe I can get a little bit of the vanilla now. After I've had a couple sips, the beer's opened up a little bit. I can kind of taste the vanilla a little bit, but honestly, not entirely impressed by this one. I'm a little bit let down considering this seemed like it was hyped up a little bit on Tavour. But, you know, to each their own. Just didn't really do it for me. The verdict, it's a good beer, but there is some obvious outliers with the bitterness from the coffee, the mouthfeel being affected by that as well. A couple missing flavors with the vanilla being really, really, really subtle, and I didn't really get any of the bourbon barrel from this. So I think I'm going to have to go with maybe a 4 out of 5 for this beer. It's not a bad beer by any means, but I think it was one that was possibly hyped up a little bit more than it should have been. And I don't know. I can imagine how some people that are really big coffee fans in their beer may like this and could get over the bitterness and the kind of tingly mouthfeel that you get. But I don't know. It's all right. So that's my verdict. Thanks all again for checking out the Hopcast and watching another beer review. If you want to see more beer reviews like this, let me know. What are your thoughts? Have you had Jupiter's Cake? What are your thoughts on other Tavour beers? Are there other Tavour beers that I missed that are maybe a little higher ranked or something like that? Maybe better beers? Leave those in the comments below. Again, this is Kevin from the Hopcast, and I will catch you guys later.